Hello and welcome to Prime for Prezoid's 10 favorite films of 2010. Now, keep in mind, this is a list of my favorites. So, I'm going to just say right now, Inception and True Grit do not make this list. I'll tell you why. I think that they're phenomenal movies. They're very well made. They feature some great performances and some great direction. I feel like Christopher Nolan should have gotten a Best Director nomination. I don't feel that the movies were some of my favorites of the year. They're very good. I had problems with them. And so when you see something on here, it might not be on an art level as well made as something like Inception. I enjoyed it more, and that's why it's on this list. So with that being said, let's kick it off. Number 10. The first of probably about 3.5 comedies I have on this list. Dinner for Schmucks. What a surprise this was, honestly. This was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I thought Steve Carell was phenomenal. I thought that Paul Rudd was great. The entire cast worked well together. Did it have some stupid scenes? Yes, it had a lot of very stupid things in it. But that doesn't make it bad, and when it needed to have heart, it did. I love this movie. That's why it made my top 10. Number 9. Jackass 3. Now, like I said, is this movie high art? Is it something like Inception? No. When I came out of this movie, I felt much better than I did when I came out of Inception. This is the hardest I've laughed at a movie in theaters in a long time. It grossed me out, it made me laugh. Overall, it made me a better person. Awesome, hilarious, haha, hysterical film. Number 8. Another comedy. What the frick is going on right now? It's Hot Tub Time Machine. This movie was the bomb. I love the cast. I love the script. I just love the overall plot of it. I love that it didn't take itself too seriously, but it also wasn't too stupid. Rob Corddry was hysterical in this movie. Craig Robinson is amazing. John Cusack's hysterical. Clark Duke is awesome. The entire cast works amazingly well together. It's got action. It's got humor. It's got a good script. It's got boobs. And it's got boobs. So, you can't really go wrong. Number 7. 127 hours. James Franco just knocks that out of the park. He's great. The entire cast is good, but it's really mostly him. He delivers a performance that is phenomenal. I honestly don't think it deserves an Academy Award win, but definitely a nomination. I would say the second best leading performance by a male actor in a movie this year. He is great. The scene that everyone's talking about, the amputation scene, I felt delivered on what it was saying. It was gruesome, but at the same time, tastefully done and perfectly shot. Great direction in this movie. Danny Boyle, snubbed for Best Director. I don't know, did he get nominated? I don't know. What, I look like his biographer or something? Fantastic. Number 6, The Town. Ben Affleck directed this movie. He can direct. He can direct really good. He can direct actors, cinematography. He helped. I don't think he wrote this script, but who cares? He was great. He gave a phenomenal performance, his best performance maybe ever. Blake Lively was awesome and super hot. Rebecca Hall's really good. Jeremy Renner gives a award-worthy performance in most years, but when I get to my number 5, I'll explain why he shouldn't win the Academy Award, but he gave a phenomenal performance, and he's due to win one of these years because he should have won it for The Hurt Locker. Had some amazing scenes, some really good scenes of dialogue and scenes of action. It had a perfect balance of those. That's why it's my number 6. Number 5, The Fighter. Mark Wahlberg's in this movie. He's great. Amy Adams is in this movie. She's great. Melissa Leo's in this movie. She's phenomenal. Christian Bale's in this movie and gives the performance of a lifetime. The greatest performance in his career and will surely win the Academy Award. An incredible supporting performance. Love the direction. I felt the boxing scenes could have been shot a little bit better, but besides that, I love this movie. This is a great sports movie. I didn't quite come out of it like super joyful or anything, but it is much more subtle than a lot of other sports movies, and I really appreciated that. It is a character study, and it doesn't focus completely on the fights. It is the fighting in this movie is basically just a metaphor for him having to fight his way out of the crappy life that he lives. Great performances all around, phenomenal script, Mark Wahlberg's best performance probably since The Departed, and like I said, Christian Bale is the man in this movie. Number 4. I was really teetering between my number 4 and my number 3. But, based on pure enjoyment, at number 4 I have Black Swan. Well, beautifully shot film, great performances all around. Natalie Portman is amazing in this movie. She completely immersed herself in this character. She's going to win the Academy Award for sure. Sure thing, and she deserves it because she was incredible in this movie. Phenomenal performances all around, amazing direction, and it shows that horror movies / thrillers do belong at the Academy Awards as long as they are done right. Number 3. David Fincher's The Social Network. I love this movie. I would say that this movie will win the Academy Award. Please don't give it to King's Speech. Please. I hope this movie wins the Academy Award. I mean, obviously I hope my number 1 does, but that probably doesn't have a chance. Besides that, of the movies nominated, I want this to win because the direction's great, cinematography's great. David Fincher can direct freaking anything. Okay, that's the thing. David Fincher is the finest working director out there right now. I did delete my review for this, unfortunately. I'm not going to go into reasons why. But I love the direction. And the 3 main actors in this movie, underrated performances. Because Jesse Eisenberg got nominated. My personal opinion, I would give him the award. Andrew Garfield was completely snubbed. He was the heart of that movie. He deserved as much of a nomination as the other ones did. And Justin Timberlake was great. I don't understand why some people are saying, he was okay, or, he just did an alright job. He should have gotten an Academy Award nomination. People are just trying to make up excuses because he's Justin Timberlake. No, he was freaking awesome in this movie. He gave an incredible performance that deserved the Academy Award nomination. But either way, phenomenal movie. Love it, love it, love it. This next one's controversial. This is going to get a lot of people's piss to a boil. But, that being said, I'm basing it on pure enjoyment. And that's why my number 2 film, number 2, is Kick-Ass. This was the first movie I saw in theaters this year. Shocking, I know. When I came out of this movie, I felt like I had my faith restored in humanity. I came out of this movie so excited, just like wanting to tell everybody to see it. I have friends that ended up seeing it because of my recommendation, which I feel super happy about. I gave that movie more money. It's not for everybody. It's not. There's people who hated it. People who think there's some, like 1/4, that think it's like a terrible movie, that thinks it's one of the worst movies ever made. The other 75% think it's brilliant, because it is. If you look at it, at face value, you will just say it's gratuitous violence without any substance. That's a freaking lie, because if you watch the movie, you realize there's a reason why Nicolas Cage's character and his daughter are doing the terrible things they do. You realize that it is trying to make some sort of statement on people in society and what people would do to help their fellow man. This is an amazing movie, and that's just... I'm going into, why it's a good film. No. The reason this movie's awesome is because it's freaking awesome. It's awesome because it's awesome. It's one of the most violent movies of all time. It has some of the best action ever. Great performances. Hysterical. The comedy in this movie made me laugh my ass off. The entire movie. Fantastic script. I really hope they make a second one, because, like I said in my review, they could make 10 more of these movies. As long as they make it with the same amount of passion, the same amount of quality that they made this one, I'll be in. Really recommend people go see this. It's not for everybody. If you don't like good movies, I guess this isn't for you. All the characters were endearing. It was whimsical. It was funny. It was bloody. It was violent. It was everything that a 15-year-old boy would want from a movie. What more can you ask for? Kick-Ass is my number 2. Number 1, and it is the brilliant, the masterful Toy Story 3. This is a film that... I'm going to get serious now, because the reason this is number one, it's the complete opposite of why Robin Hood is my worst movie of the year. Because Robin Hood took a franchise that people love and took a dump on it, and they didn't care. This is a movie that took their time, that knew that it had a huge fan base of people that wanted to see it, that people who've grown up with these movies, people whose childhoods have been watching these movies like once a week, which is the people like me. And they took their time. They didn't just make this movie to appeal to fans, or to appeal to critics, or appeal to adults, or appeal to children. No, it appeals to everybody. For a movie to be the best film of the year, it does not have to be an Oscar-type movie. It does not have to be a movie that is going to win a bunch of awards. It doesn't have to be an R-rated movie that's violent and has a deep message at the end. No, it needs to be a movie that speaks to you. Best scene in any movie this year is the final scene to Toy Story 3. I don't want to think about it because I don't want to start crying, but it's a perfect end to a perfect series. And it really... Oh, man, I got chills just talking about it right now. Honestly, it's a movie that speaks to a lot of people, and I saw this movie with both my mom and my dad. We never see movies together anymore. We all loved it. All of us. I came out of this movie saying, why is it every movie can't be like this? It's because there's not that many people who give enough of a crap to really be able to take their time. This movie did. It took 11 years to make not just a good movie, not just a great movie, but a perfect movie. And that's why Toy Story 3 is my number one favorite movie of 2010. That's my list. Check it twice. And that would be all. Thank you, and good night. It's been a so-so year for movies, but when movies were good, they were great. I'll see you guys later. Stocking cap.